I realize I haven't paid enough attention to enough of the music in this game. Hey guys, Supertorn here. Welcome back to I Missed My Platform. Yes, Supertorn here. Welcome back to Let's Play La-Mulana 2. Yes, you can stand on that. Hold up, there's something written on the face. Climb Kukulan's Paterium? Well, we don't have a map yet. I should probably grab a map at some point, but this is very obviously a ladder. Very obviously a ladder. The Fairy King's mausoleum lies ahead, the resting place of the Elf King who foresaw Eglana's future. Well, it's definitely fancy enough. Bears a striking resemblance to the warrior statues of the Tula Ziucocotilan ruins in Mexico. Those in Eglana ruins have fairy-like wings. Whoop, I don't need to keep that. I did not need to keep that. Let's, before I forget, I do not need to keep this one. I'm on top of things, guys. Totally on top of things. My name is Frey. I'm the King of Fairies. Who sets foot here in my land? Do you possess power? I mean, of course! If you have power, then I shall lend you mine also. See my sister, Freya, and receive from her a symbol proving your power. Then you shall receive the power of the fairies. Fitting that that would be the names. I do not need to hear that again. That, as this would tell us, are you going to meet the Fairy Queen? Construction on the path leading from the Mausoleum of the Giants to the Endless Corridor will be finished by the time you get back here. Now, in the first game, I kind of want to grab that tablet up there first. In the first game, the Endless Corridor, which you mentioned there, is where you met the Fairy Queen. And she's still there. But before I do anything, I want to read this. The Elf Circe's Prophecy Part 3. The elf saw the world of end, the fall of the mighty, its inhabitants scorched away by conflict. Yggdrasil awakens, saw the red star that grants a wish that is howled at the final gate. That seems important, and it has a diagram, and it's part of the prophecy. Let's save it. We have part 2 and part 3, and that looks important, and I need to ride the... Well, that looked important up there. I just need to get the platform to come back down so we can go up there. Come on. And jump. The Kasugi research papers have been acquired. What does that mean, you might ask? Well, it means I have to kill this thing. What it actually means... What's that app you just picked up? Your dad's research papers? What's he doing losing those? Originally, I contacted your dad and grandpa to investigate the ruins, and then you showed up for some reason. Are they possibly already in Eglana? And your dad turning his research papers into an app. That's pretty baller. Let's find out, shall we? Turn our apps. We get the Kasagi research papers. We have our first one, Introductions. The assumed history of La-Mulana based on inspections of the ruins. The La-Mulana ruins, which we discovered, were built inside a large, huge living being. It was a gigantic living being thought to have fallen to Earth in prehistoric times. Its size is so great for us, looking upon it is like an ant viewing a human, and being unable to comprehend just how large the human is. According to the few surviving legends, this huge being desired power in order to return to space. The being then bore small living beings from its own body. These new living beings were the people who came to populate the Earth. These beings called the Great Being Mother. Possessing innumerable large spaces inside its body, this mother fostered these races inside itself. The remains of this structure are what we now know as the La-Mulana ruins. We've received a request from the Elder Zelpud to re-inspect the La-Mulana ruins. However, through the past several years of research, my daughter and I have already become aware of the mysteries remaining in the ruins of La-Mulana. What was the light given off when the mother was sealed off? What is the Zeroth child? What do the murals of upside-down trees seen throughout La-Mulana mean? Could there be yet another set of ruins similar to La-Mulana? I need to get my research in order so I can ascertain the truth of this terrifying theory. Well before the game started, your character as well as her father were already on the path to realizing something more was up. Eglana forms the body of the original child. The Lokapala schemed to control Eglana at their whim, but they were opposed by another race, us. We elf, loyal to the Fairy King Frey. Mysteries. Anyway, let's see if we can't go find the Fairy Queen. Do that, let's go to the surface actually, so we can heal. Healing's important. Healing's really important. But yeah, there's a lot more going on than is originally obvious in this game. Like, your characters were aware of La-Mulana and the Eglana existed, even though your character is a mute, so you can't really tell in that respect. Fastest way for me down there will be to go through the roots. The roots will move me quicker. Quicker. So, you know, before we take too many more theories and conjectures based on what we've seen, why don't we progress on to the Endless Corridor and see what the Fairy Queen has to say? Well, the Fairy King's sister, who would be the Queen? It's... it'll be explained a bit more later on. I don't want to go too deep into it yet. Oh, I don't know if I showed that off. Yes, you can just ride the elevator from the top. You just go up to and press up and you come down. And you see this area is now open up, giving us access to the Endless Corridor. The Endless Corridor. The Endless Corridor was pretty important in the first game. Also, kind of a pain in the butt if you didn't know what the heck you were doing. Let's come up here, though, and meet Freya. Oh, you're human. I suppose that means the rubble was cleared from the Mausoleum of the Giants. It also means that I'll have to find a new place to live before people start flooding in. I am Freya, the Fairy Queen. You have a familiar scent about you. Are you the daughter of the man who released the Mother's soul? If you've come to see me, I've assumed you've also met Frey, the Fairy King, as well. How is my brother? Yes, I am another of the few remaining 6th children. Out of necessity of purpose, I worked together with the 7th children in planning the sealing of the La-Mulana ruins. So you've made it through my brother's ordeal of fairies. Please, pass this pendant on to my brother. With that, you should have the fairies as allies in Eglana. Freya's pendant. I don't think we need to hear that currently right now. We will see you later, Freya. It's basically the exact same procedure. You need to get a pendant. Why is there nothing there? That's very obviously supposed to have something there. There's something, though. Hard to see, make out past the boulder here. But if we come up here and we investigate it, we receive the glossary entry for Freya. But in the first game, you actually had to find a pendant and take it to her to gain access to the fairies. In this game, you go to her and get a pendant to take to her brother to... Why am I walking back? Why am I walking back? I have the ability to do that. But in this game, you get a pendant from Freya and bring it to her brother in order to gain access to the fairies. And we've already seen a fairy, actually. Frey. That is Freya's pendant, a true testimony to power. I shall lend you my power. Use it to bring forth the end. I shall grant you the powers of my servant, Eri, the Fairy of Life. The fairy light can summon fairies. I have made it visible to you. Touch it and bring the fairies to you. No, we've heard enough. What we've seen beforehand... Actually, gotta talk about this first. My apologies for not saying hello earlier. I'm Eri. I'm probably not pronouncing that right. A fairy, I've been ordered by Frey to help you. My power is the power of healing. I have the power to heal your injured body. Call on me when you've grown exhausted in your journey. See you again. She is the most common fairy and the most utility-centric, useful one. The ability to heal is very nice. Good Go boldly beyond the watery divide. Well, if we do this correctly, we can swim down and back up. We take damage the entire time, but while we have her with us... By the way, that is a trap that'll kill you. Well, it won't kill you, but it will hurt you. Mulbrook! So, we finally meet. My name is Mulbrook. Like the Elder and the Philosophers, I too am one of the Seven's children. Except I'm, like, much more young and hip, so I bounced from those ruins and have been traveling the world lately. Thanks to your dad solving the mystery of the La-Mulana ruins and then busting the hell out of those ruins, I was able to break free of the mother's bonds and live my life however I want to. I'm super smart, so I've been working as an investigator of lots of different ruins around the outside world. Then the Elder called me back here and told me to help you out, with you being kinda green and all. So what's your name? Lumisa? Awesome. Nice to meet you, Lumisa. I'm gonna take advantage of my impressive agility and check out the deeper area of these ruins. I got your address from the Elder, so I'll contact you if I find anything. If you don't hear from me, I'm probably just taking a nap somewhere. Anyways, later. That's the Mulbrook I'm used to. She'll be useful enough, believe me. Let's see, the Titan race of the second children was wiped out. Their only remaining traces are their lands in the branches. Set sail and you'll be guided to the shrine of the Frost Giants. I see. We will have to learn a bit more about that. Learning a bit more about the details of what all the children are of the mother. There's a nice little detail. I feel like I showed it off in like the first episode, but I didn't really... I'm pretty sure I showed it off and just told you guys to read it. I'll be going into greater details as it becomes relevant. Abandon your desires. Do not lay your gaze upon them. Power will be bestowed upon those who can turn their back on their desires. This puzzle. This puzzle. It's not complicated by any means whatsoever. It really isn't. It really isn't. Turn. Maybe I have to go up the other side. With the exception of one other puzzle, on my first playthrough, I had accomplished everything you could possibly do before getting this item. I don't know how. Okay, I know how. I kept overthinking it, thinking I would need an item that would allow me to walk backwards. The one point I came up here to try this, I got attacked, knocked back, this track spiggered, I got hit by arrows, and I never got the glove. By the way, there was something your dad told me. He says that an archaeologist can't get caught up in common sense. I don't approve of damaging the ruins, but it's good to search for scalable places other than just ladders and stairs. Like places on walls or statues where you might be able to get a good grip or foothold. That's how to make new discoveries of things that normally wouldn't be found. Hey, I was trying to tell her this stuff. The early bird gets the worm. That's the Elder for you. But this freaking puzzle. This is an item from the first game, so I was well aware of the item. I was well aware that I needed the item. I could not locate the item. And like I said, I have done basically every other puzzle I could do without that item. There was one other puzzle I had yet to do. I got your account info from the Elder. I'll send a message if anything comes up. It looks like you can't proceed to the right of Anwith, huh? You probably have to, like, get in from a different area. Alright, I'm gonna find that entrance for you. I'll go check the area past Anwith for now. She'll be useful. She was very useful in the first game as your kind of, like, hint character, giving you a lot of tips on what you need to do next. In this game, she's useful, but not necessarily as much so. Now then, let's, come up here. Power shall be bestowed upon ye who pushes the white box. Alright. I push the white box. I push the white box some more. And a reward for that are the rolling shuriken. Also an item from the first game. I knew the puzzles up ahead that I needed the rolling shuriken to complete, just not how to get to the rolling shuriken. Let's go take care of one of these puzzles right now, actually. So much of this area. The Serpent King Naga. He seals the path to the virtual wise man. What could that mean? Well, obviously there's something called a virtual wise man that is hidden beyond the Naga King. Well, let's investigate this area. You can see a few things of note if we pay attention to... Heal this guy real quick. If we pay attention to past this blue line, we can see that there's a pressure plate. Well, our rolling shuriken can press them, giving us access past both of the blue lights. Also, this is a trap that'll try to kill you. There's going to be a lot of those. This also looks suspicious, and it is. And something else. With money, I like money. I would like to get enough money to buy gun. I found a switch behind the wall. Now what? The eternal question. By the way, there's a switch behind the wall. Rolling shuriken. And now we need to make our way over to there. These are special platforms. As you can see, we're moving slower. If you jump on them, you fall right through. So you can't really dodge attacks too well, so if you take a hit, you also fall through. Scan the mantra engraved walls. Their words hold power. Those with the Dej pillar will be able to harness the mantras. They will unleash the selecting of mantras curated by the virtual wise man. Interesting. Interesting. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong too, to be honest. I would not be surprised. The Naga King. He's a... can I climb this? I guess I can't. I'm gonna... He doesn't have a lot of health, thankfully, as you can see up there. I want to say the shuriken does 1 damage, and the whip this whip does as well. I think if I were to switch to the knife, it does 2. He's also not that hard at all. Not that hard at all. I'm impressed that I'm not getting hit on him, though. Is this a ladder? Why couldn't I climb that before? I don't know. This up here. The black dragon Nidhogg dwells at the roots of Yggdrasil. The path forward will not reveal itself for the weak. Venture forward with strength. We need the strength to beat Nidhogg, which we do not have yet. Oh, we just heard that little beep mentioning that there's a hidden room, or a hidden shop in this room. There's also something very obvious below us. We'll get to that in a moment. Now we have more enemies. Get Behemoth. Get past him. Because past him is the boss's information. Oh, where should I go next? I guess I should make my way over there. We should actually have the means to make it into the Shrine of the Frost Giants, I believe. I also apologize. I'm kind of getting over being sick, so my throat's been a little today. I don't think there's anything particularly of note in this room. And here, however, we never got the map for this area, have we? Nope, because here it is. And the map shows us Anwith is decently large. We've explored most of it at this point, not all of it. The mantra harnessing Alf hidden relic, the Jed's pillar. I mispronounced that horribly. It is fated to be swallowed by Kajada, a guardian of Lokapala creation. No, I don't need to save that. Basically, it's just telling us what he is guarding, and we will deal with that as we need to deal with that. The more powerful of the Alf possesses the glyph of clairvoyance. Their efforts to preserve the prophecy of Eglana test the limits of their defiance against the Mother's influence. I'd like to be able to kill one of the snakeheads, just so I could get their glossary information. But that's not the easiest thing to do. However, up here we now have this, which we can push you over onto that. And with this sliding back and forth, we can reach up here. And up here is Pim, another shop. Swap items for money, stuff he found on the ground. We need snapshots, and thankfully we have enough money for it. It's an app that you can use to take photos and read hidden ancient texts. So with that in our possession, have you bought the Snap app? I'll have you know I made that app. A few years ago, the entire disk was stolen, and so I lost access to it completely. It's an app for taking pictures. It not only takes pictures, but it's also able to read ancient texts hidden in the photos as well. It's an exceptional piece of software. Try it out if you happen to come across a mural or some such. Oh, you mean like, let me, not that button, this button. Let's turn on snapshots. These are actually used up half our memory so far. We use it here to scan the area we're in, and we locate something. 10 mantras and the virtual wise man who has mastery over them are carved into the wall. What that's given us is nothing? Really? That doesn't give us anything? Snap. What am I missing? What am I forgetting? No. I'm forgetting something. I don't need to have the Dash Pillar for that, do I? The Guardian Kujata was set upon Anwith by the Lokapala, only to be sealed by an Ankh at the Alf Cirrus' hands. You know, we should probably find that Cirrus. She might be able to help us out. Oof. Oh, you take 3 hits. Those who seek a golden key must first obtain the power to cling to walls. Okay, useful to know. Actually, I might save that one just in case. Save it over that, because... Oh, it doesn't save it over it. We'd have to manually delete it. That's fine. Can't get over to there, but we can come over to here. And here is not a trap. Vospla. I am no mispronouncing that either. I am one of the few remaining elf. My powers of premonition are no more, and I now simply wait for the end. The Guardian controlling Anwith prevents us from carrying out our plans. The Fairy King's powers are also waning. Please go speak to Frey, the Fairy King. Alright, I'll go speak to him. So, one thing I'm going to mention. When you enable hard mode, the game says, oh no, you've done this permanently, you cannot undo it. That statement is incorrect. One time only, when you speak to her with hard mode enabled, she will comment on it and be able to turn it off. If you decline her assistance, you will be locked to hard mode, however. I just kind of like it that they give you the ability to turn back. My power is already waning. The fairies have been captured by evil races. Only the Fairy of Life here remains with us. If you could only find the other fairies, I could offer you my help. Alright, anything else? I guess I just needed to talk to her again, and it's because of, I'll go... You know what, let's do that next time. I've been messing around here for a little while now. So, this time, we explored a good portion of Anwith, met a few characters of importance, got a few nice toys earlier than I did in my first playthrough, and next time, we're going to keep exploring and probably move on to a new area. I'll see you guys all next time. Later.